Hey, you guys. It's literally me. I'm Bunny. Sometimes I buy stuff, sometimes I say stuff, and sometimes I do stuff. What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. I am so excited to finally talk about the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette with you today. Now, if you clicked on this video, maybe you already know about Cosmic Brushes, maybe you like the alternative lifestyle, or maybe you just like me. Either way, I thank you so much. This should be a lot of fun. I know this is coming out like after everyone else reviewed this palette. Again, I'm just a normal person. I'm not some sort of like influencer. I'm not affiliated with the company, although I would love to be because I love Cosmic Brushes so much. I originally had purchased their Muse palette, and I know I never did a video on this palette, but oh my god, this is like my favorite palette. I keep this one in my top drawer. It's the only palette I keep in my top drawer because I have all my singles there because I like to use singles a lot, but this is the only palette that is in there because I use this all of the time. I think this color story is just gorgeous. It's kind of like grungy, but it has a lot of options in it. And my favorite color in this palette is this gray tone right here. It is called Softly. I don't know, this gray, I have been unable to find it anywhere else, anything like it. This one gets used the most. So when Gothic Brushes first came out with this palette, they teased it online for like, I don't know, a couple weeks or something where they only showed the outside. And just based on the outside, you know, I was really interested. But I also thought, I can't wait to see the color story inside because in my head, I was thinking, because I like that gray so much, I was hoping that it was going to be some more tones of gray, some blacks and some reds. However, when they did release the color story, it did end up being more of a purple palette, which I'm not mad at. It's just, purple is probably my second least favorite eyeshadow to play with. It is blue that is the one I can't deal with. Maybe a navy, but like blues I can't really wear, and purples, I wear them, but like not too often. So not completely disappointed because there are some like wines in here and stuff, but I mean, I was like kind of hoping for some more like grays, reds, and blacks, but this is still ultimately beautiful. I mean, like, come on. Let's take a deeper look at the packaging and we're going to talk about the palette for a little bit. The Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette retails for $28. It is a 12-pan Gothic palette inspired by elegant Gothic horror with deep, rich tones of wine, plum, and berries to create the most beautiful glam goth looks. It has 5 metallics and 7 mattes, 1 multi-chrome metallic, 1 duochrome metallic, and 1 matte with shimmery sparkles. I do love their packaging. Again, the Muse packaging, super, super cute. They are cardboard and come in sleeves. So this one does have a sleeve that comes off to reveal the actual palette. The thing that I like about this palette a little tiny bit more than this palette, and I'm not gonna talk shit about this palette because I love this palette, but if you can see, there is a size difference. Now, this one does have 4 rows of 4, where this one has 4 rows of 3. And I just kind of go towards the smaller palettes because I feel like when you get a paint set that has a million paints in it, like, oh my gosh, the options are just, it's like overwhelming and I get anxiety and I'm like, where's my Xanax? But I do like this little 12-pan palette. I really feel like they could have maybe even gone down to a 9. I love 9-pan palettes. Those are my favorite. This one is still gorgeous. Now, I'm going to do some finger swatches for you for each color, and we're going to go through the shades. Chosen, a multi-chrome metallic that shifts from plum to an antique gold with a green tint. Immortal, a brushed washed out lilac. And Pale Moon, a beautiful pale neutral metallic. Phantom, a deep wine matte. Nocturnal, a grungy, rich plum metallic. Lace, a neutral mauve matte. Serpent, a rich dark fuchsia. Obscure, an iridescent duochrome metallic with purple to blue shift. Altar, a dark dusty purple. Powerful, a deep dark purple metallic. Supreme, a vibrant purple matte. And Gothic, a black matte with shimmer sparkles of purple. I hope you can tell from those swatches, these are gorgeous colors. I'm totally not mad that they are mostly purples. And let me tell you something about the Cosmic Brushes formula. The mattes are very pigmented and very smooth. They go on beautifully, and their shimmers are actually so buttery that there's almost zero fallout. I would say the only shade in this palette that I had any type of fallout with so far while using it is this obscure shade, the Duochrome with the pale blue shift. That one is the only one that I had like experienced slight glitter underneath my eyes, but the rest of these have just been absolutely magical, and I would expect nothing less from this brand. I do think that their formula is absolutely amazing. We are going to stick this on my face, and we are actually going to do 2 different looks. So one on one eye, one on the other eye, so that we can like experiment with some of these colors and you can see how they apply and what they look like. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and let's get into it. Hey you guys, what's up? As you can tell, I already have my face on. I do not have my eyes on, but they are primed because we are going to do eyes together. I don't have any of this planned out. We are just playing. We're gonna go through some of these colors. I mean, look again how gorgeous this is. So yeah, let's just dive in and have some fun. I am going to get a piece of washi tape real quick. So we're going to do kind of like a black eye on this side and maybe experiment with some of the shimmers. So let's go ahead and lay that down. I'm just putting that on so that we can get like kind of a sharp line. I haven't had much fallout issues with this brand, so I'm not really worried about that. But just to keep it extra clean for when I put my liner on, it's like a solid line. So I'm going to go into the black shade, which is Gothic. This is a black matte with like purpley shimmers in it. It is very pretty. I'm just gonna start by like kind of tapping that in the outer corner and kind of going outside to the edge of that tape. Just tapping right now. I'll blend in a little bit, but I just want to get the shape laid down first. We're gonna kind of go into that little corner there. This is a really beautiful black with the purpley sparkles in it, but it's not too sparkly, which I like a lot of these sparkles in this palette, but some of them are very like mirrored, you know, and that's fine because if you're looking for like a dramatic look, but I have worn a lot of these shades to work and they have like lasted all day, like so beautifully. Okay, so I got that black laid down there. I'm just gonna take kind of a fluffier, smaller brush and just blend out the sides a little bit just to like get it a little less harsh on the top. So we've got like kind of this nice black smoky wing coming off the edge of my eye. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into one of these purples and we're just gonna put that on the middle of the lid. I think let's just go ahead and go with that Supreme because it is like purple. Let me clean my brush real quick. So I'm just gonna take a little packing brush and go right in there. Oh God, these, I'm telling you guys, they are super like pigmented. Like look how pretty it's just like going on. These are beautiful eyeshadows. Like I can't get over it. And I'm just gonna tap that onto the middle of my lid and then I'm just gonna bring it out across the ridge to meet with that smoky black wing. So beautiful, blending so nicely. It's like butter. Just gonna take another fluffy brush and kind of like fade that out to the top of my eye. I mean, that's gorgeous already. I mean, we haven't even done the inner corner yet. And look at that. It is absolutely stunning. For the inner corner, I'm very scared to do this because this is the one shade that I actually do get fallout, especially like right under here. But I do want to go into that obscure and just kind of make this an iridescent going into the purple. So we're going to give that a shot. I'm just going to use my finger because it is a little bit, oh my gosh, look at the reflect on that in my camera lights. But it is a little bit flaky. It's the only shade in the palette that has like kind of this flakiness, but I'm just gonna tap that into the inner corner and pull it out into the purple shade that we just laid down. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I wish you could see it like up close. Yeah, I got a little bit right there. So I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and kind of try and clean it up a little bit, but This might require, what I have to do with something like this is I got to get some tape and try and like clean that up a little. Another piece of washi tape and just kind of try and grab some of those particles that came to the middle of my eye, and then these ones that kind of, it's like, I'm not going to get it completely clean, but you can see already it kind of made like a little bit better of a transition there on my eye. And these sparkles are so pretty, so if you have like a little bit of bukkake on your face, it's totally fine. But see, that was easy. Look, that was only 3 colors. It's super blended. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush one more time and just go over the top and kind of like even all of that out. So now we're gonna take the tape off and hopefully we have like a really clean line. There we go. Oh my gosh, look how freaking gorgeous that is. So freaking pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my eyeliner and I'm just going to line the eye and I'm going to put it right up against that clean crease, and it's just going to like fade out into that eyeshadow. I'm going to try and like tight line towards the front of my eye and kind of bring it out a little bit wider towards the end. But it's basically going to like go into that black eyeshadow. So there we go. I kind of want it to like become one, you know what I mean? Okay, so there's some eyeliner. Now for the bottom, I'm just gonna go back so lightly, so lightly into that purple that we put in the middle of the lid. I'm trying to take just a tiny bit and I'm gonna like kind of bring that down to the corner. I am not like a bottom eyeshadow girly, but since we're doing this beautiful gothy look, I'm gonna try and like just blend it a little bit to get a little bit more dramatics in there. I'm not even gonna go all the way across my lid. I know that's the thing to do, but I'm not gonna do that. I just want a little tiny bit of depth like that. And then what we're gonna do is put some of my melt in the bottom waterline on the outside edge only. See how that just like richened up that corner just a little bit, and then I'm gonna do the same on the top just to darken that corner out a little bit. And then final step, I'm gonna add some mascara. I'm gonna use my YSL Lash Clash. You guys know how I feel about this mascara. It transfers on me, but with this look, I want those big, nice, fluffy lashes without having to put falsies on. And this is like an absolutely gorgeous mascara. It makes your lashes so fluffy and volumey and girly. Volumey, is that a word? All right, that is the first eye. Look how gorgeous that was. And you saw, I only used the 3 colors and it didn't take very long, but that is such a gorgeous goth look. I love that so much. What should we do for the second eye? I think for the second eye, I'm gonna try and do kind of like a halo eye, and I'm gonna try and use more of like the wine tones, because I want you guys to see that even though this palette looks like these are pinkish wine colors, they still come out like a little bit purple. So I think we're gonna try and use maybe this shade for sure. Lace is probably one of my favorites out of this entire palette. So let's see what we can do with some of those colors. Okay, so for the outer corner and the inner corner, I'm gonna go into Phantom, which is kind of like the deepest berry, like reddish purple that they have. I can't even really call it that because it still like comes out a little bit purple, but I'm just gonna set like a little bit of that on the inner corner. I'm just trying to use a tapping motion. You can like smudge it a little bit if you want. The stuff is very pigmented, so you want to be careful because it will spread and blend out, which you know is what you want most of the time. But when we're working in this little kind of inner corner thing, I got to be careful. And then out here, I'm just going to tap on the outside of my eye and kind of go into, this is the eye that like is really deep set on me. I can never get like very symmetrical looks because this eye is like a little bit deeper set. It's a little bit more round. I think that, you know, most people probably don't have very symmetrical eyes unless you're like some sort of model, and you would be a model because you have like very good symmetrical features, which I do not. Obviously not a model. All right, so we laid some of that dark wine color down. It's a very beautiful color. Do you think that that is purple, or do you think that's wine? Like, it's definitely not as purple as like this serpent color, but I don't know. I felt like when I was making a bunch of different looks, because I've been wearing this palette for I think 2 weeks now, everything just basically came out purple. You know, I was trying to make like pink looks, but like everything looked purple at the end of the day. So, okay, we've got those 2 shades laid down. I am going to go into this lace color. This is like a mauve-y matte. I like this one so much. I don't know what it is. There's a similar color in that Muse palette called Petal that I really like, but we're just going to tap that onto the middle of the eye, kind of blending those dark wine colors, but like keeping kind of the middle of the eye still in that light lace color. Okay, yeah, we have got a foundation going. I'm just gonna softly bring this corner out a little bit and move it in a little here. Okay, that looks very pretty. Very different from the other eye, but that's what we're doing today. Okay, so for the middle of the eye, what are we thinking? I mean, I kind of like this one because it matches the lace. And see, Nocturna is like it's a little bit too dark to put in the middle there because we want that highlight to come like in the middle of the eye. So we're not gonna do Nocturna. And Chosen, even though it is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, I wonder if we could, I think that Chosen is a little bit too dark for this eye, but I'm like, cause we're just experimenting, I'm gonna put it just like right, I'm like, don't know if you guys can see it. I'm like trying. I'm gonna put it right next to where lace meets that wine color. So it's just gonna be like kind of a transition sparkle. And it is also a, like, look how freaking gorgeous that is. I'm gonna go into the Pale Moon right here. This is very close to the Obscure color, but it is not as powdery. So I'm hoping that it goes on just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty. Sorry, I'm like blocking you guys. I'm not very good at putting makeup on camera. We all know this, but we still love it, right? We still love it. Oh yeah, see, so that's really, really pretty. I kind of like how that one came out too. Very different from the other eye, but that's what we're going for. Okay, I'm gonna put some liner on and then we're gonna come back and do the underneath and then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay, so I put a little bit of a wing here. I put on the mascara and I did do a little in my waterline. So to finish up this eye, I'm just gonna go back into that Phantom color just a tiny bit. And then I'm just gonna kind of softly put that on the edge under here and kind of blend it out. But we're gonna go like up towards the wing to get like that soft, gothy, kind of smoky effect. There we go. I love it. I actually really like how these two came out. All right, guys, so here are the 2 looks. What do you think? You think they came out pretty gorgeous? I do. I'm gonna zoom you guys out and we're gonna talk about it and have our final thoughts. And we're back. So what did you guys think of the 2 looks that I created with the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette? First of all, packaging 10 out of 10. I know it's cardboard, I get it, but look at how gorgeous this is. Like, so happy to have this one in my collection. I love the size of it. It's only a 12 pan. The mattes are beautiful. The shimmers are beautiful. Like, look at that cast I'm getting off of these shimmers on my eyes. It is absolutely absolutely beautiful. I think you can create a lot of different looks, but they're all going to be within the purple range. And if you're into that, that is okay, because like just using 6 of the colors that we did today, I got 2 completely different looks. They may be toned a little bit similar, they might have the same shimmer, but they are gorgeous and they are different. So it's just on how you use it. And I think that the formula in these shadows is absolutely amazing. So thank you to Cosmic Brushes for creating such a beautiful Gothic palette. Even though people like me that aren't into purples, I'm still so in love with it because the looks that you can create with this amazing formula are absolutely amazing. Now I want to hear from you guys. Comment down below on which eye you like better. Do you like this kind of more nighttime going out look, or do you like this kind of like a daytime office look? Honestly, I like both of them. I can't decide. Please decide for me. I'm a Gemini and, you know, I'm all over the place. Also, I want to note that this palette is currently sold out, so if you can, which is what I did to get the Muse palette when it was sold out, sign up for notifications and then they'll email you or text you whenever it's available. I think for $28? $28? That's it? Natasha Denona over here making palettes of just the same color for like $69? What the hell? If you could please like this video, it really does help me out. Comment down below, just like I asked you to. That would be awesome. And if you could subscribe to follow all of these antics, that would be the awesomest. I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next one.